Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to check in with Bulldog Cross Country. We're joined by head coach Jared Kelsh. And Coach, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it.
How nice is it to get the season started, I guess, this past weekend and finally get some competition under your belts?
Yeah, really excited with our program. We had a lot of athletes that busted their butts over the summer, so it's always fun to kick off at home and have the support of the community and the university at our first meet of the year.
Heading into the season, obviously, you got some returners, but a nice mix of some new kids that are in the program as well.
Yeah, we had a big recruiting class last year, 7-8 guys and girls on each side that are new to our program. So always fun to kind of integrate them into the program and get the season underway.
Of course, this past weekend, the Ray Helsing Bulldog Invitational, 50th year, a long-standing event and kind of a tradition that's went on for a long time.
Yeah, it's one of our favorite meets. Obviously, again, just being able to be here in the community and race on our home course and have the parents stick around and do a luncheon afterwards is always a plus. So we love the support, and it's always a great event to kick off our season.
You see right here, the men's race took place first. And what did you see out of your men's race, and who were some of the guys that really stepped up and performed well?
Yeah, transfer Emmett Johnson was second overall, had a really good race, new to the team this year. And then we had a lot of freshmen guys that really stepped up as well. Theo Davis, Julian Lindbaugh both ran very well. Ryan Osaski ran very well for the first one back. So it was a great main group that we had. I think we had 5 guys within 45 seconds, which is huge for that distance. So.
Of course, this is an 8K race and battled some weather conditions. Fortunately, didn't last a whole long time.
Yeah, no, it was short-lived. We were happy that the sun came back out. Turned out a little bit better for the women's race, but it is cross country, so we're kind of ready for anything depending on how the weather changes. So.
Obviously, a chance just to face some different competitions, and these early season meets kind of a test of where you are individually as well.
Yeah, it's always exciting to be able to put our best foot forward early on and kind of get a starting point for our season. We like to know where our athletes are and what we need to do moving forward as we get into a little bit more competitive meets in the championship portion of the season. So.
Of course, the men's race kind of led off the day, and then that was followed by the women's race and a strong debut for a lot of the women's runners as well.
Yeah, Whitney Farrell won, ran a great race. Jessie Durkee, Olivia Van Denden, one of our freshmen, was our third runner. So very similar to the men's race where we just had a really good group, a lot of freshmen step up and younger athletes and get their first collegiate race under their belt. So that's first and foremost what we like to use our home meet for, but always great when you run well and sets the tone for the rest of the year.
Talk about maybe going into this meet, the preseason training that really helped get these runners ready to prepare and compete here early on.
Yeah, the biggest thing is for us is we really focused on nutrition, mental toughness, and recovery. So those are kind of been the big 3 we've been preaching over the summers. If you could come into the season healthy and fit, we can fine-tune some things along the way that are going to get you in peak performance by the end of the year.
Having been out there at Khaki Golf Course, the course in great shape, how did that help translate into the cross-country race on the course?
Yeah, it's always good. Great footing, rolling hills. So it's a beautiful course, very spectator-friendly. So, like I said, it's one of the better places that we run. As long as it doesn't rain too much, it's usually very dry and fast, and our kids run really well there.
Of course, you're going to face more and more competition as the year goes on, but maybe just talk about the overall performance of both teams here and just getting that home meet, I guess, under your belts, the one home competition you have this year.
Yeah, for us, we're gearing up to be our best in November, so we really try to use our races and workouts as dry runs to figure out what we need to do collectively as a group and as a program to be running our best come the end of October and November. So again, really great start for our groups. Same with our women's side. They also had a really tight group of girls that were all within 40 seconds of each other. So we're just excited to continue to run fast and keep moving forward and hope to stay healthy.
I know a lot of people out there watching both teams this past weekend. What was it like having that support from the community and the university here over the weekend?
Oh, you can't beat it. They're such a huge part of our meet, and just to have that many people out cheering, and like you said, President Pink out there, Sarah Higley, always great to have them out to support at our one home event of the year.
Of course, I know more competition coming up. Maybe talk about what's next in terms of the meets here over the next couple weekends.
Yeah, so we'll be off this weekend, and then we're going to go to the Roy Griak University of Minnesota in 2 weeks, and that'll be followed up by Notre Dame Joe Piani Invite. So again, like you said, getting an opportunity to race a lot of different divisions and levels, but some very high caliber athletes. That's going to help us on the back end of the season.
Of course, I know coming up October, November, the GLIAC Championships, the NCAA Regional Championships, and I know you want to be at your best, competing hopefully near the top for those two events.
Yeah, those were the big two that we kind of put our focus on, and everything that we do the month prior to that is leading up to running our best at those races. So we kind of fine-tune everything, cut back a little bit on weight room, slightly on mileage, and then really focus on making sure we're hitting race pace workouts with minimal recovery to make sure that our athletes feel confident and ready to go.
Of course, I know right now cross-country season, but a lot of these athletes also in track and field, and you've got a lot of other athletes in the program. Maybe just talk about track and field and obviously having so many athletes to work with here over the course of the year.
Yeah, we have a huge group with track and field, I think 90-plus athletes. So again, it's just keeping everybody in high spirits, and they don't start racing till December, so they're in their conditioning phase right now, and just trying to make sure that we get all the groups together and that they get to mingle with each other and meet each other, so that we're ready to go full force when it comes to the indoor season.
I know with so many athletes, it takes a coaching staff. Maybe just talk about your assistant coaches and how they help contribute to the success of the program.
Yeah, couldn't do it without them. They're huge. Everybody who does collegiate athletics knows it's a 24/7 job. So having a great coaching staff, Coach Larry Levine and Melissa Kessler, and then our grad assistant Bryson, he's been great so far. So they really help kind of keep things moving forward and keep tabs on everybody and make sure we get what we need to our athletes and give them the opportunity to be successful.
Of course, cross-country season into track season, but I know kind of a year-round sport for a lot of these athletes in terms of the training. Just maybe talk about that commitment they had going from last year back to this year.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a big mental game. I mean, we're in season essentially 9 months out of the year, maybe with two-week breaks that we take throughout the year, and then you start back into summer training. So just to be on your game for that long, for that many months with cross-country and indoor and an outdoor season, or indoor and outdoor for our track-only athletes is it's very draining, and it's just something that you really have to want to do. So our athletes do a great job of focusing on that when they're in season, but making sure that they're getting their conditioning in and also taking care of business in the classroom.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time. Congrats on a strong weekend at the Bulldog Invitational, and best of luck coming up.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.